speaking of Saudi Arabia, I want to take you to Milo shared this, and this is a woman encouraging Africans to be careful when they go to Saudi Arabia, because you might just become
a slave.
A slave. Just maybe some Muslims, they are going back to, or they never got out of, the dark ages, right? Where, they were, conquering everything and chopping people's heads off and things like that. And they also had a lot of slaves. Well, dude, Koran says slaves, so why not have some slaves? So these people the Africans go over to Saudi Arabia thinking they're going to get a better life. Probably should have tried Europe, although our European friends would say no, but for their sakes, Saudi Arabia is probably not your first choice for a better life.
Did you check the volume on this? Because it's going to blow people out,
Let's see.
Oh,
no,
we're not.
We have no volume. We'll start over. Hang on, literally.
Here it comes.
Why many Saudi Arabians are treating Africans like this and getting away with it. As you know, this is not peculiar to Kenyans. Ethiopians are treated the same way. I've talked about this in the past. In fact, there are several pictures of Ethiopians killed in Saudi Arabia, men and women. But how come this is still happening after they deported thousands of immigrants from Saudi Arabia? How come they are still treating people like this? I found out that Saudi Arabia's sponsorship system known as kafala ties employment visas to employers, indirectly turning voluntary servitude to slavery. They do this to Asians as well. They would arrange a resident permit by recruiting agencies that match the worker to the household, and then they would charge both parties a recruitment fee. So now the workers will become indebted to the agencies. A typical work day for domestic workers in Saudi Arabia is between 15 to 18 hours.
That's not enough hours. There's 24 in the day. You can work them all.
For 18 hours in a day out of 24 hours.
Whatever.
And they pay them about $5 to $7 per day. And guess what? Some of these employers would refuse to pay the employees for a long time. In fact, sometimes for years, they may not pay their employees. They would say, we're giving you food, we're giving you a place to sleep, even if it's outside. They would say, what do you need the money for? So many employers have actually killed their employees if they keep asking for their money. There are no off days, no rest hours, there is no vacation, no nothing. As you know, slavery was officially abolished in Saudi Arabia in 1960. At that time, though, there were about 300,000 slaves still in Saudi Arabia. Even though it was abolished on paper, hey, practice continued unofficially. First of all, when will our people in Africa learn that the grass is not necessarily greener on the other side, and that not all that glitters is gold? I mean, we've been hearing stories like this for a long time, long time. Yet, there are people who are still bent on taking their chances. As bad as it was for Joyce, she's actually very lucky. Very lucky, because several women were not able to escape for years. I've read stories of women who escaped after 2 years, after 4 years, and some were actually killed by their owners. Some men are treated the same way. In fact, 2 years ago, a Saudi man was advertising a male slave on Facebook, and he stated that they've castrated the man, rendering him impotent. This is the English version of what he said. So this is the thing. If you're not going to Saudi for tourism or for pilgrimage or to take up a professional job, please be careful. Please and please be careful. Again, I wish that African leaders would just develop our countries so that our people would not continue to suffer in the hands of such people in the name of searching for better life. And lastly, if you know someone or someone who knows someone who's desperate to get out of his or her country without knowing anything about where they're going, and please warn them to be familiar with where they're going. At least be able to speak the language of where you're going. Don't go anywhere because you got a contract from anyone. Really, Saudi Arabia, for how long would you treat Africans like this? And you know, I can't help but remember that hashtag that was started by Ethiopians when so many of them were being deported from Saudi Arabia. They had this hashtag called Someone Tell Saudi Arabia. Someone tell Saudi Arabia that you cannot continue to treat human beings like this. Someone tell Saudi Arabia that just because the color of our skin is different from yours doesn't mean you're better in any way. Someone tell Saudi Arabia that the world is watching. We know what is going on. Someone tell Saudi Arabia that enough is enough. Someone tell Saudi Arabia that this will not go on for long. Someday, Africa will take its rightful place among the rising continents. Someone tell Saudi Arabia. Guess what? I'm just kidding around.
You know, this is what I think. we've been doing a lot of research into the Saudi petrodollar. It just so happens that Saudi Arabia funded the terrorists who did 9/11. No big deal, right?
Just so happens that Saudi Arabia has bought all of our debt. Okay, not all, but a large portion of it.
And Saudi Arabia has like the worst records for human rights. I mean, you got the full-on burqa. They're throwing
no women's
homosexuals
rights
over the building. I mean, seriously. So
genital mutilation.
So while Trump is on a bombing spree, okay, this is what I'm gonna say.
I'm with you.
Bomb the heck out of Saudi Arabia.
Just bomb Saudi Arabia.
Just bomb them.
I love your punchline here. Do you want to give that one?
No, go ahead.
No, you give it.
What,
All right, no, you don't even remember your punchline. Just telling me this a little bit earlier. The great thing about bombing Saudi Arabia is the fact that they do hold a lot of our debt. Boom.
Just blow it up.
Debt
Donald Trump
free.
said he was going to start wiping our debt out, right? He was going to
Kapowie.
negotiate, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, blow it out of the
Blow 'em
water.
up.
Blow it up. Say, we know you did 9/11. We're going to blow you up. Wipe our debt out, or we're going to blow you up.
Okay.
Blow them up.
So,
Blow them
for
up.
those of you that don't understand our sarcasm,
Blow them up.
we are serious, but we're not serious. But we're not neocons. Okay, we're not pro-war.
What I'm
pro
saying
just
is you're
go
gonna be-
blowing people up. But like Leah said, if you're gonna go blowing people up, let's blow up the rat people.
Dude, here's the thing. It's proven that Saudi Arabia funded 9/11. Why did we not bomb the heck out of Saudi Arabia? Because they had our debt. We couldn't bomb them. So then
They
we made
owned
up
us.
this war in Iraq, and then we went into Afghanistan. I was really thinking about Afghanistan today because the mother of all bombs, yes, ISIS is there. Yes, we want to bomb them. However, this is a war that has lasted for 16 years through 3 presidents. Something when you're the definition of insanity
Is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Exactly. So obviously our war here is only profiting one small sector of people, and that's the the defense contractor sector, which makes millions and millions of dollars. And I have an article up, but I'll just tell you, the Washington Post did not disclose when one of its writers, immediately after those missile strikes went boom into Syria, this guy praised it, but what they didn't disclose was that he was a lobbyist for the Tomahawk missile. So of course he's loving seeing them missiles go through the air because he's thinking,
Money, 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 money.
they're gonna need more Tomahawks, right?
Yeah, the more we bomb, the more
Could
money
somebody
they make.
tell me though, why 59 and not 60? Why did they stop on 59? The
That's a good
60th one, the 60th one would have just cost a little too much.
Yep.
But here's what Donald Trump, I'm going to suggest that you do, because I believe that these bombs are overpriced.
Yeah.
And you negotiated Air Force One, the price down, right? I think so. So I think that you should go and talk to these Tomahawk lobbyists and bring the price down a little bit.
All right.
Just bring it down a little bit, right? A couple $1 million.
I was called all alone.